What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing? Now, if you're an MMA fan, which of course you are, you follow my channel and you subscribed and you rang the bell, I'm assuming. You know the news by now. It just broke yesterday. It's official. Tony Ferguson, El Kukui.
It's Tony time!
Taking on Michael Chandler, okay, at UFC 274. And I would assume that this fight is going to be the co-main event to the title fight, which is Charles Oliveira defending the lightweight strap against Justin Gaethje, right? That is an incredible fight. And the co-main event, if it's the co-main event, Chandler versus Ferguson is just going to be absolutely insane. And by the way, if you're an MMA fan right now, a UFC fan, never been a better time. There really hasn't. Normally there's a pay-per-view every month. Now there's going to be 14 this year. So it doesn't sound like a big increase, but most of the time now there's only going to be a 3-week wait before we have these huge mega fights, these title fights, these fan-friendly matchups. So much like at the weekend, before that it was Izzy and Robert Whittaker, and the show keeps going. And UFC 274, well, 73 is Chang Sung-jung, Korean Zombie, taking on Alexander Volkanovski, and a stacked undercard, Aljamain Sterling and Piotr Jan. And the one after, this is what we're talking about right now, Chandler versus Tony Ferguson. Now, Michael Chandler, as we know his history, was a 3-time Bellator champion, tremendous wrestler, excellent athlete, heavy hands, good low kicks, and an amazing wrestler. And he came to the UFC, knocked out Dan Hooker in the first round, secured himself a title fight against Charles Oliveira. Tremendous fight once again. I mean, this guy's a promoter's dream. He looks good, he talks well, he's a really nice guy, and he's an absolute maniac, and I mean that as a compliment. He's a savage inside the octagon. Now, when he fought Charles Oliveira, almost got the job done in the first round. Looked like Charles was close to being finished, and then Charles, I thought it was a left hook, caught him with the left hook, sat him down. Well done to Charles Oliveira. But then Chandler comes back again against Justin Gaethje, the human highlight reel, Madison Square Garden, UFC 268. I was in the building with Brancendo. One of the best fights ever, Justin Gaethje. They both deserve the win. That was fucking insane. And oh my God, what a fight that was. The entire building were on their feet. They were screaming. They were going absolutely crazy. It was an insane fight. Both men left it all inside the octagon. And that's what you're going to love about Michael Chandler. That's what he brings to the table. He's willing to go there. He's willing to leave a piece of himself in the octagon, because both men, they had to have shortened their careers. You know what I mean? When you go through fights like that, absolute wars, back and forth battles, cracking each other with everything they had, a few takedowns thrown in here and there, heavy low kicks on both sides. I'm telling you, you don't want to fight like that all the time. But as fans, we want to see that. Of course we do. They're incredible matchups. As fighters, you've only got so many of those wars on you, so you want to kind of avoid that kind of style. But still, just absolutely incredible. Michael Chandler has been non-stop action since he came to the UFC. Now, that's why this matchup against Tony Ferguson is so good, because Tony Ferguson, El Kukui, he's also a bit of a strange one. I like Tony. He's a great guy. But he's unorthodox. He's a little strange. He's unique. But I mean that as a compliment. Makes him an interesting character. As you know, he's had an incredible career in the UFC. At one point, he was on a 12-fight win streak, beating the likes of Anthony Pettis, Kevin Lee, Donald Cerrone, and many other big names. 12-fight win streak. Insane to do. I mean, realistically, the man should have had a title fight, but for whatever reason, it didn't happen. One fight that did get away, though, that we all know about, was that he was matched with Khabib Nurmagomedov 4 times. Khabib pulled out twice, Tony pulled out twice, and it really was the one that got away. And kind of frustrated if you're an MMA fan, because that would have been a sensational matchup. We know Khabib. You know, brother, I smash you, I take you down. And that's what he would have done. He would have took Tony down. For sure, without question. Khabib's wrestling's far better than Tony's, even though Tony can wrestle. But then it might have been Tony time, whatever the fuck all this shit is that he does. You know what I mean? Remember Tony, he's out of his mind. But he's got a great guard. Very dangerous, you know, high-level jiu-jitsu player, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu under Eddie Bravo specialist, so all about that high guard, all about unorthodox attacks off his back. So that fight with Khabib would have been amazing, but as we know, you know, tiramisu time, baby, as Tony used to say. I don't know what all that's about, because he used to say Khabib was heavy, he was overweight, all the rest of it.
It's tiramisu time.
Fight never happened. And one time, this is how unlucky Tony is. The fight was about to go down. I think they were just doing the last minute press. They were at the Fox Studios on the Thursday. I want to tell you about Chimera coffee. Listen, first of all, the stuff tastes absolutely delicious, but it's infused with so many vitamins and minerals that it sustains that coffee boost and really eliminates the crash. But it's good for your brain as well and helps you maintain focus and long-term cognitive health and performance benefits. It has all kinds of stuff in it, a blend of alpha, GPC, L-thiamine, taurine. I could go on, vitamin B12, many, many more. Chimera's coffee's vitamins help you sustain that coffee boost, as I said, and it eliminates the crash. It is the most productive coffee ever, and if you want to get stuff done, you want to be productive, then Chimera coffee is the way to go. And they're offering a money-back guarantee. If you don't like it, for whatever reason, all you got to do, send it back. Within 24 hours, you will get your refund back in your bank. Just email your order number, and they will take care of it. ChimeraCoffee.com with a K, or click the link in the episode description down below. They're walking out. Tony's got his shades on. Boom, trips over a cable. Trips over a cable and blows out his MCL, I think. Something like that. Tony was like, no, they weren't my sunglasses. They weren't from the gas station. That's what Habib used to say. He said, this guy wears bad glasses from the gas station. But they were prescription sunglasses. Either way, they're dark, but I'm not blaming him for tripping over the cable. That cable shouldn't have been there. Blew out his MCL. Tony goes into recovery, comes back in record time, and then he was doing these crazy exercises, as I said, and it was worrying. But he came back and he looked great, beat some other people, but right now Tony has fallen on hard times. Listen, there's no shame in that. I'm not saying that as to Tony's detriment. Tony is a warrior. Tony leaves it in the octagon each and every time, but he's currently on a 3-fight losing streak. However, when you hear the narrative, Tony's lost 3 in a row, when he had won 12 in a row, and I've said it myself in the past, I said, maybe this is the beginning of the end. Maybe now this is on the downslide, coming to the end of his career. Maybe his best days are behind him. But those losses have aged very well. When you look at who they are, first one came to Charles Oliveira. As we know, he's now the lightweight champion of the world, looking sensational. Then it was Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje ain't no slouch, man. Justin Gaethje's fighting for the belt. Justin Gaethje may very well be the champion of the world right after Tony fights Michael Chandler. So again, zero shame in that matchup. And then the third one was to Beneil Dariush. Well, once again, Beneil Dariush, one of the best lightweights on the planet, could potentially be a champion one day. Was supposed to have a number 1 contender matchup against Islam Makhachev, right? And he could have won that fight. Stylistically, a decent fight for him. Would have been the underdog, but Beneil, he's very, very good. So as I say, when you look at those 3 fights for Tony Ferguson, they've aged very, very well. Now the thing is with Tony, he does have that warrior style. He will eat a couple to land one. He does wear people down by almost taking punches to his face. He is kind of hittable, but he's so goddamn tough. He's so goddamn tough that he weathers the storm, or he takes the shot and then he implements his own game plan. Then he starts to wear down on his opponent, and he wears them down and he drags them down, and then it goes Tony time, baby. And then he's looking for the elbows and the submissions and the Doris chokes, etc. You can never count out Tony Ferguson in a fight, okay? And on the flip side, Michael Chandler, he's also on a 2-fight losing streak to 2 of the same people. Justin Gaethje, fight of the year, as we know, and Charles Oliveira, incredible fight. But look at that. You can't give Tony shit because he's lost 3 in a row when Chandler's lost 2 in a row to 2 of the same people. He would have been a loss to both of them. So let's talk about the matchup. Wrestling advantage, I'm going to give it to Michael Chandler. Okay? Jiu-jitsu advantage goes to Tony Ferguson. Punching power advantage goes to Michael Chandler, I think, without question. He's just got a shorter, stockier frame, so Michael Chandler gets that one. But elbows and knees, that goes to Tony Ferguson. He's an expert at that stuff, okay? He will slice you up with elbows. He uses excellent knees in the clinch. Experience, well, they're both very, very experienced. Miles on the clock, and this is a real one. Tony Ferguson's 38 years old right now, so it's no spring chicken. And at lightweight, when you rely on your speed, that could be a factor. And I do think that Tony, even though he lost 3 in a row and Chandler's lost to 2 of the same people, I feel like he is starting to slow down a little bit. However, he's took a good break. He's had a nice long break, and he's going to come back rejuvenated, re-energized, angry, with a chip on his shoulder, wanting to show the world that he's still one of the top contenders. So I can't wait for it. I'm a big fan of El Kukui. Tony Ferguson has brought so much entertainment to the octagon, as has Michael Chandler in the short time that he's been here. So this is an incredible fight. And let's just go through the rest of the main card. We have Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje in the main event. I think the co-main event, Chandler and Ferguson, I think that will be the co-main event. Right now it's listed as Donald Cerrone and Joe Lauzon, but that's going to trump them too. So I think that's going to be your co-main, but Joe Lauzon, Donald Cerrone, two experts of the game, two veterans of the game, two people that are probably coming towards the end of their careers, but still fan favourites, so that's a good one. Mauricio Shogun Rua taking on Vincent Prue, Blago Ivanov, Marcos Rogero de Lima, Macy Chasson, Norma Dumont, and so on and so forth. Brandon Royval match now. But make no mistake, Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, main event, Michael Chandler, Tony Ferguson, co-main event. That's sensational. Take my money. Thank you all for watching. Hope you're all well. I'll be back with another video soon. Take care. All the best.